from Detroit?
We're originally from Michigan. We live in Des Moines now.
Okay, right on. I have a DVD here. It actually talks about the most controversial subject on the internet.
Okay.
Flat Earth. Yeah. It just shows some alternative viewpoint about the Earth not being a spinning ball in outer space. So
It is. We have pictures.
you have fake doctored pictures.
Yeah, no.
And it's never been measured that it's spinning.
You can see it.
From where?
You can use the pendulum that moves around because of it.
Last minute of play in the first period. 1 minute.
This.
Foucault's pendulum? Yeah. So you have to start that.
Boys.
You have to start the pendulum to move, sir. Gravity's a theory, sir. That's buoyancy and density, sir. Have you ever been to the edge of space? Do you know what the equation is to prove that we live on a ball? It just weighs more than the air around it, sir. That doesn't make any sense, sir.
You have something that faces straight down.
Let them watch the hockey game, man.
And then it moves.
Yeah, I did. I did pay for a ticket. We don't live on a spinning ball, okay, ma'am? Hey, that's cool, man. I am grown up. That's why I'm here. You should grow up. You're wearing somebody else's name on your shirt. So, all right, guys. Well, have a good afternoon. Have a good, safe trip home.
Hey, we will.
All right.
You too.
And Santa Claus isn't real, okay?
If you say that one more fucking time, I will fucking deck you. Do you understand me?
You're on camera, sir. Lie to your kids some more.
Hi YouTube. One of the great unifiers of our world is that everyone will agree that hurting a child is a line that should not and cannot be crossed. The privacy of children must be respected and their safety protected. The belief that this is obvious and true transcends race, age, gender and income. A murderer on death row and a nun who took a vow of silence will be of one mind on a topic like this. Which is why it was surprising and disturbing when many of us in the Flat Earth Globe Earth community began to notice a growing trend of Flat Earthers turning their focus and attention toward children. This is not a comment on what parents teach their own children. That is their business and not mine. We're talking here about grown adults meeting to strategize on the best ways to find, approach and influence children who they do not know, while others cheer on the propagation of the belief to children, use children to promote the idea, or celebrate their own ignorance and lack of education. This is not okay. It's incredibly inappropriate, and it may even border on illegal. I'm making this video as a warning for all of us that this is not a road that anyone should go down. We've gathered these clips and made this video to show you that some people are already headed in this direction. Children are not the untapped market for new flat earthers. The shape of the planet may be up for debate, but this is not. Targeting children for the purposes of influencing what they believe, if you're not their parent or someone their parent has approved, is wrong.
All right, last chance for anyone who wants to call in. You got 2 minutes to say your piece. 720-897-6111. Thank you to everybody that's called in so far. Thank you for everyone that sent emails. There's 318. Let's see if we can grab them real quick. 318. Are you on? Because if you are, you're the last call of the night.
Oh, man, I got a little boy who's been sitting here for over an hour waiting to talk to you, okay?
Okay, go. What do you got?
All right, here you go.
Who is he?
Hi.
Hey, man.
My name is Tristan, and I'm 8, and I'm in 2nd grade, and I asked my teacher to show me an experiment where water curves, and she couldn't do it because it doesn't curve, and water always finds its level.
Wow, that is a smart kid. What a perfect way to end the show. But keep up the good work, man, and stay flat, okay?
Okay, I'm a flat earther.
Hello and welcome to episode number 252 of Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes. I'm Patricia, and my guest is 14-year-old Summer Lowen, Eric Arthurton, and his 13-year-old homeschooled son, Brian, and he's only 14 years old. Reese Southern of the Flat Earth Movement. Welcome to Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes.
Go!
I was wondering, how high do you think the dome is?
How old are you?
12.
I can't even tell. How old do you think he is? Awesome. That's great. 12?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good for you. Excellent. You go.
Hi, Mark. How long do you think it will take for this to be taught alongside the globe earth?
I would disagree with some of the speakers so far, which is, look, I think we're almost at the critical mass point, and the media here proves that.
You know, I agree with the idea of critical mass coming, tipping point. We're going to be changing the education system.
Like you're saying, we need to reform the education system.
The fact that we don't live on a spinning ball, like we know this, like we know we're not on a ball, yeah? The fact that outer space does not exist, the fact that we never went to the moon, yeah, and that's just for starters, yeah? The fact that they're still teaching kids a belief system in school, gravity, yeah?
Sorry, I'll just mention something. We really have to change this education system, guys. I'm coming from an education background, I'm a teacher, so basically, you know, this Victorian system where the kids just sit and you know, and be told, you know, and told to accept what they're told. You know, we've got to change that. It's been around for 150 years and longer. We need to change the system.
People need to be exposed.
Yeah, we need to change the system.
I could see in the future kids walking out of school on a day saying, official Flat Earth Walkout Day. We're protesting that nobody's speaking about the flat earth. They're talking about globes.
Well, there's so much stuff to do, right? But the schools, man, the young people are so much more open-minded, I think, than the older people. And I mean, I think it might even get on the news, or there might be confrontations if we get out. I'm going to find out what's the public property line so I can get right up to that line and be right at if I can be right in front of where the buses are dropped off, that's where I'm going to be. And I'm going to be standing there. But, you know, if we could have like 10 or 20 people doing that when school, you know, you could literally make compilation videos where, you know, there's a bunch of, you know, each different location where, because the kids are only being dropped off for a second, they're going to walk by. But if we have the pamphlets, we hand them out the pamphlets.
I leave tags everywhere, bus stops, park benches, and where they've got children's displays, I'll go and put my own display for Flat Earth. Things like
hey,
this.
If there's anybody out there who wants to design a back-to-school Flat Earth flyer, put that out there, that would help us out a lot. So
then we're going to be able to affect the kids. So if the kids start to be, you know, questioned and challenged about Flat Earth, globe Earth, and outer space being real, we're going to be able to use them as a means to present Flat Earth into the classroom. And then they're going to start bringing it up to their teachers. Now, if from now until that time comes to the end of the school year next year, the teachers then start feeling pressure, because you then have teachers who have a conscience, they're still human beings, and then they'll be scratching their heads and be like, okay, so if outer space isn't real, then why am I teaching this to the kids? And so hopefully, right, I mean, the teachers will wake up and question the school board.
Yeah, I think that's why it's important to get into the schools, the Flat Earth children's book. I think it's really important. I don't think there's ever been one written in history. And yeah, I think it's important that we try to open up the younger minds, you know, more so than the older ones, because they're the ones that are going to be around longer. They're the ones that are more open to it.
Dan is the writer of a Flat Earth children's book.
This is it right here. This is the Flat Earth children's book. It is called Granny Knows the Earth is Round and Flat.
I got a lot of information I want to tell y'all with the school system. I got a new class I got implemented right now. It's called, I kind of wanted to keep the name a little secret, but a few people know it. It's basically, it's just what I do right now. I'm up against the school board basically right now. And right. What I'm doing is trying to get a few classes in our curriculum that broadens their horizons away from the globe, you know, and that sphere and a lie, you know. Because I'm coming to the people at school board meetings with facts. I'm coming to them with all the truth I can come with, and I'm telling you, I got principals on my side. I'm a system principal, so I have principals on my side that fans of all you guys, you know. And they sit back and they watch, and they see what's going on, and they closet flat earthers, you know. They closet truthers.
My name is Marilyn Felty Teed. I graduated from Methacton High School in 1973. I grew up in this school district from elementary on through. And 2.5 years ago, I found out something, and it was very disturbing to me. And I'm here to give you a quick overview of what that is. And I would really like to have some feedback on this, because it was very shocking. The banners have a lot of information on them. So here is the flat Earth map. The North Pole is in the center. Antarctica goes all the way around the outside edge. This is no joking matter. This is the United Nations logo. They use a flat, and it's 8 inches times a mile squared. Now, if you'll see this picture right here, this is Chicago across 60 miles of Lake Michigan. So you see the numbered blocks, 71, 143, they all correspond with the 200 proofs Earth is not a spinning ball by Eric Dubé. So you have missing curvature. Take a picture if you like. Properties of water, that's always flat on the top. Okay? Water never curves, and it never conforms to the bottom of the container and reflects that. Your bathtub is flat, your swimming pools are flat, the lakes are flat, so the oceans are also flat. I had a woman, she said she had a master's degree in physics, and she told me the Pacific Ocean was higher than the Atlantic Ocean. I said, no, I don't think so. So we have a lot of misinformation going around, and I think it's horrible. I think there's also a law that says the public schools have to teach the truth, okay? So I'm not here angry at you people. I'm not angry at you. I'm just saying this is information, this is real science, and we have to make sure that we're not abusing the children by lying to them. So I think lying to children is child abuse.
I skipped a lot of classes.
The class clown.
And I'm thankful. I am so glad I was a C student.
To be freaking, I would like schools to be just almost abolished at this point, because you know it becomes an indoctrination for whoever's in control of those things. And I'm sorry, but like anybody who has that much power, and the parents absolve themselves of abdicate the responsibility to another group of people, and then that group of people eventually is going to use that power in their own best interest. It's like inevitable. So to me, it's like schools need to go.
As a participant in this debate, it's apparent to me that no two flat earthers agree entirely on what is and what is not true. There are disagreements about basic empirical facts, such as do stars rotate around the celestial poles or not? Some think the moon is a hologram, some think it's physical. Almost all flat earthers will proudly proclaim that they have no model. So what does it mean when these people talk about reforming the education system? If lying to children is child abuse, then how can any flat earther believe that they are in a position to talk about education reform? Whatever is taught would be a lie, according to some at least. Right now, I could meet with a guy from a remote Russian village, and if he is scientifically literate, he and I would be in lockstep as to what should be taught to children. An entire world of smart people are in perfect agreement on this. Flat earthers shouldn't even be thinking about education reform until they can achieve some sort of consistency. Otherwise, the only possible outcome of education reform is child abuse. So let me end with a question for any flat earth parents that might be watching this. I don't care how diehard you are. Is there a single one of you who could say with a straight face that you'd be okay with this guy flat smacking your child?
So here's this children's space book I just picked up in Target. This right here is lies and propaganda. So if you ever wanted to buy a children's book in space, then this is how I propose you do it. You get it off the bookshelf by first ripping it up, and then you buy it. This right here is a bunch of lies, a bunch of cartoons. This ridiculous math that they put in here doesn't even make any sense. Space pictures, feeding lies to children, teaching children how to elevate themselves above God's throne, His firmament, which is above His firmament. All this stuff. Look, these are just cartoons. It's all fake. Look at this, showing the moon landing hoax. A bunch of garbage. Flat horizon, you see that? Look at that, they're telling you. It's flat. Alien deception right here, guys. This is the alien deception that they're programming all children with right here. Here it is. Time to go make my purchase. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm buying it. Yeah, the only way to buy a fake spacebook for children is to purchase it and rip it up before, just because you don't want children to have to get programmed with their own creations, fake space stuff. The Earth is flat, so yeah. Oh, I mean, if this is considered violent and aggressive, we have really lost it.
Me neither, and I don't blame you. Targeting children is wrong. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe.